it's new news from BAND-MAID, but although I'm sure most of the BAND-MAID faithful out there already knows, they made an announcement. They're going to have a best of album that's going to be dropping in August, on August 2nd. And it's a 2-volume discography of all their greatest songs. Now, I was curious to see what would be on this track list because it's if you think about it, these are kind of the songs that the band themselves are putting out there to say, yes, we think these songs represent the best of what we've done so far in the past 10 years. And it was interesting to see some of the choices. Obviously, the big ones are on there
Oh, the
that
track
we know
list is
about.
out already?
Yeah, so it's up on their
Oh,
website,
sweet.
bandmade.tokyo. You can go and look at the
I want to
latest
know
news
this
article.
too.
Yeah.
And you know, one question that I've always been asked about BAND-MAID that I'm sure a lot of you guys get asked whenever you try to introduce a band to somebody who doesn't know them, the first question that always comes up is, well, what is their big song? What's their big hit? What's that one song? And the thing about BAND-MAID is they don't have one song in particular that really defines them, but they have such a diverse catalog in their history of different type of songs that kind of get out there. And I mean, Choose Me comes close, probably because it was in the Peacemaker soundtrack. But their songs are so varied in what they've done. And the thing that sticks out to me most, obviously the big ones are on there.
Do you have the
Domination.
you have the list in front of you?
Yeah, so I have it over here
Can you
at my
just read
side.
read them all off first?
Sure, let me just go through them all. All right, so in volume one, first song is Thrill, Real Existence, Alone, YOLO, Don't You Tell Me, Daydreaming, Choose Me, Domination, Dice. And this is the one that's interesting. I wanted to talk about this one for a minute. At
Okay.
number 10 on the first disc is Start Over. For those of you that remember that song, the very divisive song that at the time when it came out, I'm sure a lot of you remember the kind of controversy that it was. It was more of a pop, lighter kind of song, and really kind of split the fan base. Some people started to panic, saying, "Oh, it's over. They're not going to be a hard rock band anymore. They're just going to do this pop stuff." I think what kind of works now that we can look back, we can see they definitely did more hard rock stuff, of course, and I think there's a bit more of appreciation for Start Over. And the other thing too about Start Over that's interesting is when you go back and look at the history on it, it was actually commercially very successful for them. It got into the top 10 on the Japanese music charts. So it was a very successful song for them. And I think it's a good thing that they included it on here, despite the kind of controversy of Start Over.
100%. And I want to also say, first of all, I like that song. It's a good song. But you're absolutely right. Looking back at the past now, I feel like so many people felt like betrayed by Metallica in the 90s when they put out Load, that they're just like hurt forever. And just like anytime a band now comes out with a song that's like supposed to be like their next single and it's not the same as like it might be lighter or like less heavy, whatever than their previous stuff, people get a little scared that that's going to be the new direction that they're going in. And it's like, I feel it now that you can look back at it and see how much other stuff they've done and how much technical and heavy stuff that they've done also, that feels more like a unique part of their discography rather than something to be scared of in the future.
Well, it just shows the diversity that they've done in their history, that they've been able to do so many different variations, not only on their own riffs and tracks that they do, but they've also been able to do songs that kind of go far astray, but then be able to pull it back. So continuing on, the next song after that's Glory, another great song. Bubble, one of my personal favorites. In the Story, of course. I could go on and on about In the Story, how great anthemic that is. Different, Warning. And then on the second disc, here's another interesting one that I'm curious to see what fans think about. It's Shake That, going all the way back to the New Beginning
Love
EP.
it.
Yeah, kind of a classic there that you wouldn't expect, but it's on the list. And then some more classic songs from their early era, Nonfiction Days, Freedom. At number 4 is one of my personal favorites. I love how progressive this one is. It's Puzzle. Puzzle is a great song off the Just Bring It album. What is interesting though is that if you go back and listen to Just Bring It, there's Puzzle, and then the next song after it is another one that I love called Moratorium. I saw them do Moratorium on a live video where they did it at a concert in Japan somewhere, and when I saw that version of it live, I was like, that is a great song, and I've been a big fan of Moratorium ever since then. But I don't think they've done it lately, and it's sadly it's not on this list. But still, Puzzle making the entry is a good one to have on there. After that is Secret My Lips, great song, good banger. Play, I Can't Live Without You. Now, obviously, they got to throw on a Miku song, and they only did one Miku song, so it's interesting that they actually did Rockin' Me. So I'm curious, Alan, what you think about the
For one
inclusion
that's
of
sad,
Rockin'
they
Me
should
on
just
their
put
best of.
both of them on there. But
No,
of course,
Sayonaki Dori.
is it? Yeah, that should have been on there for sure. And it's
wild.
funny. I just listened to Rock Me yesterday. I was listening to World Domination. I've been listening to that album a lot. I still have. I think I said this a few months ago. It's like the only BAND-MAID album I've been listening to on car. But I don't know. I think they should just put both on there because I think they're both great. And Sayonaki Dori.
It's hard though because they do
Maybe-
have so many songs
No,
to
but
choose from.
maybe they didn't do that since Sayonaki Dori got a acoustic version. Maybe since they already had some different iterations of it. Maybe that's why.
I like Rockin' Me better, honestly. I personally prefer it. So if they're gonna choose only one Miku song, I'm glad
Rockin'
they
Me is
went
great,
with
but
that one.
Sayonaki Dori to me is
Bop.
better written song. I think it's a better written song. Sayonaki
To
Dori.
each their own.
Because
Imagine it was tough for them to decide as well.
yeah,
How many songs? How many songs are left?
Rockin' Me
And
is very
so-
straightforward. That's a very straightforward written song.
Next up, after that's Screaming,
Oh,
Blooming.
Good.
Probably one of their, and then the next one after that's Rene, which was one of their fastest tempo songs, I think, at that time until Black Hole passed it up. But still, pretty good, fast power kind of rock song. And then another fan favorite, No God, which they played.
It's
a
getting
lot
heavier towards the end.
Yeah. Well, this is you kind of see a sort of pattern here. And then lastly, Afterlife, Manners, and then another favorite of mine, Coralium.
Corallium, right?
Corallium.
Yeah.
I always mess that up.
I think that's one of my favorite. That's in my
Dang.
top 3 BAND-MAID songs. I think Corallium. I absolutely love that one. It's also my buddy who I took to their show, where he heard them for the first time. He said that Corallium is far and away his favorite BAND-MAID song too.
Isn't it insane how they've written so many great songs? Like where they can have 30 songs on their greatest hits in their just from 10 years of being together.
What do you guys think is the in your mind? What is the biggest missing song from that list?
Sayonaki Dori.
In addition to that, like I was saying about Moratorium, but I can understand the inclusion of Puzzle instead of that one. But I really like Moratorium from that Just Bring It album.
I think they should put Black Hole on there. Not even necessarily because I think it's their best song, or not even one of their best songs necessarily, but because it showcases a side of them that they don't often do, and it's full of like technical progression and heavy riffs, and it's just cool, you know. Like it doesn't sound like their other songs, so I would have had it on there specifically for that.
Of course, if they did those two, Black Hole and Sayonaka Dori. Even I struggle with that one. Those would have been from the Unseen World. So maybe I think the reason why they went with some songs that they did was it was another way of saying, hey, if you like this, go back and check some of our other catalog, because Unseen World,
Oh yeah.
great release.
Could have put the whole album on this.
Yeah. I'm dropping Afterlife if I have to. I'm dropping Afterlife out there, and I'm replacing it with Black Hole.
I think Konami has
Did you say Warning was
Afterlife-
on there?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't need Afterlife. If you already have Warning and Manners on there, I don't need Afterlife. Put Black Hole on there.
It seems
instead.
like Afterlife has a special place in Konami's heart because like that's the one she said she was most excited to see people cover and try to play, and I think she just really loves it. Is really proud of it.
Okay,
That's another one I
fair.
really like. Yeah, I really like Afterlife. I think it was kind of underappreciated when it came out.
Wait, what was on
Such a
the?
banger.
Was there
I think it was a
anything
good
off the new
choice.
album?
Oh,
No, nothing really. Well, that's the other thing too. Nothing here from the last EP.
Interesting.
I wonder
Huh.
if because they're bigger now, they're
Except
trying
for
to
maybe
introduce some of their older
Volume.
music to super new fans because
definitely
they've grown a lot
seems-
this past year.
It definitely seems like there's like they're definitely trying to push some of their old music with inclusion of stuff like Shake That. I mean, they want to make sure that stuff doesn't get lost.
Well,
in
to
the
new
past.
fans, yeah, absolutely. To new fans, I would highly recommend if you were wondering where to get in with BAND-MAID, this is it. Watch for this one when it drops on August 2nd, and you
Mhm.
can get it from all the major retailers out there, Tower Records, Amazon, CD Japan as well. So be sure to get that one on pre-order. I know I will.
Did
Hell
anyone
yeah.
know if this is exclusive to physical or if it will be on streaming?
Mm.
The article doesn't say. And so typically on something like this, I would expect that they would be more towards pushing towards the physical. But we'll have to see if there's any updates on streaming services, unless anybody in chat knows. But right now, this looks like it's mostly going to be driven towards the physical sales.
I guess that makes
Okay.
sense because people could just make a playlist of all these songs if they want it on
Yeah,
streaming.
that's yeah, right. It's
That's-
all about that. It's probably going to come with some kind of like cool insert also, you know.
Yeah, I was about to say that they got to be including something else, probably some special edition kind of thing that goes with it. So it's 2 volumes, right? So it's like a 2 CD thing, or it says
Right.
volume
So
1.
it'll be 2 CDs, and each retailer will have their own item to go with it. Some are TBD to be determined. Others, like CD Japan, are going to have an A3 size poster. So just
I
checking back to see which version you want to get from which
I
album.
wonder what like if they're gonna remaster the old albums so that they sound so that the whole album kind of sounds the same. You know what I mean? Like when they do like Shake That, if they would like remaster that song to fit it
Oh.
onto the discography in better like newer quality. Something like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll go through that.
Hard to say because what we usually get from other bands that I've noticed, other J-rock bands that do a best of, they really typically don't do much remastering. They may correct something if there was something wrong in the last master that was obvious, but
Mhm.
most of the time they just straight copy and put in the last cut. So
All right, the one thing they should really do is put the live version of Freedom on there instead of the instead of the recorded version. Put the
That'd be
live
cool.
version of Freedom and Domination on there.
I'm
It is
actually
so much better.
I'm actually surprised they don't have any concert versions on this. I thought they would like to make it even more special to get this. I thought they would put live songs from various concerts on there that maybe not released on streaming platforms. That's what I normally see with like best of albums. They'll have like a couple of them, at the end or something. So I'm kind of shocked that there's nothing like that on there.
Do they
Hmm.
have any live albums besides the acoustic one?
it's the only one I'm aware of is the
Yeah.
last year's acoustic.
That'd be cool to get a full like live.
It
live
would be
concert
cool.
album.
And it also shows you how in tune BAND-MAID is with the YouTube community and how much it actually means to them that they do exclusively put this stuff on YouTube, where that's the only place that you could really get it.
Yeah, true. Comes out 4 days before we all meet each other in Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's like they knew. They said, "Hey, let's get this out there for the Gaijin guys to
Got to
buy."
get our copies and bring them, like throw them on stage, get them
There you
signed.
go.
So it looks like on
I
here,
don't advocate that.
a bonus that they have here is a benefit sticker, Tower Records version. And then I don't know what that means exactly. Do you know what that means? You get a mega jacket plus purchaser benefit sticker for the Amazon version. So yeah, every place has their own thing. One place is giving away a poster, A3 size poster, Neo Wing CD Japanese version. That's interesting.
Gotta buy them all.
Yeah. So that means you have to go and buy 9 copies of this album from different retailers so you can
You're a
get all
true
these.
BAND-MAID fan.
If you're a true fan, you will buy from all of these distributors.
That's it. That's how
But-
they get you.
Everything's on the BAND-MAID website, guys, if you're interested on who is adding what to it. So you can see that their price and everything. Hey guys, thank you for watching. The Gaijin guys this year are really trying to up our game in the Japanese music news space. So we really rely on our Patreon supporters and our members over here on YouTube. So thank you so much. So if you guys can help, consider becoming a Patreon supporter or a member. And you also get exclusive group reactions from all of the guys. Stay awesome, everyone. See you in the next one. See you.